What is up with it? Today we are back watching a little green yellow Shirahoshi versus blue purple Luffy. Blue purple Luffy, of course, being the deck to beat of the OP11 format from what we've seen so far. But any deck that can play green Zoro, if the Luffy does not have a red rock to answer it, I definitely think could be an answer. Also, this is the first replay I'm recording since I got back from Dallas. Thank you everyone who came up and congratulated me, everyone who supported me. It really meant a lot. Thank you so much. Also, this is going to be the first video I do with a little bit of different audio effects, some different audio settings. Let me know how this sounds. Shoutouts to JD for sending me some links to try and help make the audio a little bit better. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really looking to try and up the quality of the channel. So if you have any ideas, let me know. I really want this to be the best place for all competitive content in the space, honestly. So please let me know what you guys think I could do to help with quality. But since we're kind of in limbo for the ban list, I'm posting some stuff that is not necessarily, ranked gameplay or tournament gameplay or anything. Trust me, I'm really looking forward to posting some sim replays once we know the ban list of my own gameplay, and in the thumbnail putting regional champion. Shoutouts to Holden for telling me to do that. I'm really looking forward to doing that. But while we're in limbo, I'm just posting some more for fun stuff, looking forward into OP11, as well as posting the Sakazuki versus Doflamingo with Giovanni. Shoutouts to Gianni. We're going to go ahead and rest this searcher for the Shirahoshi to add a 6/8 vanilla to our hand. Shirahoshi having a pretty interesting leader effect, honestly. Being able to just flip the top of your life face up to play, whatever from your hand up to the number of Dawn you have is pretty strong. Like right here, we're going to go ahead and rest some Dawn to go ahead and KO the Bonclay. I'm not exactly sure why the Luffy decided to leave this Dawn active. The Shirahoshi player doesn't even have any potential swings, so I feel like we could have for sure just won 7 last turn, but that's really none of my business. Okay, so we went ahead and played this blocker from the Shirahoshi side, which I believe allows you to flip your life face down to restand it. So next turn we'll be able to swing with it and then use his effect, flip the life face down, and then it will restand it at the end of the turn. But Luffy also being able to put the Sanji and the Big Mom on top of his life. So next turn, even though he won't get his leader effect, he will be at 9 Dawn and will be able to go Sanji into Big Mom because he knows the Big Mom is there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and play this 5/7 that allows you to flip your life face down to draw 2, trash 1. And then we're just going to rest 1 Dawn with leader effect to play a 6/8. This is a really, really great turn for the Shirahoshi, I feel like. We're going to be able to restand our blocker. We drew 2, trashed 1, and we developed, an 8K and a 7K all in one turn like that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Honestly, that's a strong turn. I do think Shirahoshi could be like one top end that she could cheat away from being like Omega broken. Like if she could cheat out like a really strong like 9 or 10 drop, especially if it was like a 9 drop, a really, really strong 9 drop that she could cheat out, I think she would be incredible for sure. But we're going to go ahead and 9 Mom, healing the blocker, deciding, You know what? I'm not actually scared of your big threats. I'll just get rid of this blocker that can restand itself. I'm not sure I really love that. I feel like I would have gotten rid of the 8-drop of vanilla personally. But I guess Shirahoshi isn't particularly interested in swinging her characters, right? Because we countered that first 6k swing at the beginning of the game, we've kind of just been starved. So we're not really allowed to put our cards sideways, because if we do, we're going to lose them, right? And that will obviously be very problematic. I didn't get to see exactly how the Luffy player stacked his deck, but I'm guessing we're going to go ahead and Sanji into a Kata. Yeah. Because normally we would be a little worried about putting this 9-mom sideways in the face of a Zoro that could easily swing over it, right? But given the context that we can restand the mom, it's a lot less scary. Not being able to remove this Zoro, though, is definitely going to be very scary for this Luffy player, I imagine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cheat out a character. It looks like we're going to cheat out a 4/5. This will look at the top 5 cards of our hand and add. So kind of akin to like a Zoro in Purple Luffy, but only having 5k power. Okay, and we're just going to flip face down and then draw 2, trash 1 again. Really strong card, really, really strong card, being a 5/7. And also being able to draw and then trash is obviously really strong. Okay, so deciding we don't really care about the board at all. I think that's fair enough. We're just going to go ahead and swing at life, and we'll go ahead and start restanding this Zoro. And I imagine we'll leave 1 Dawn active for the counter event. I believe it's plus 3,000 if I'm not mistaken. I do know the main effect. KO's a 5. I really like these events that are modular. I think, unfortunately, events historically have just been really awful cards. Like, not having counter on the events just makes them really bad, right? Like, I really, really, really wanted to play Houndblaze for basically the entire format. And shout out to all the players who saw a lot of success with Houndblaze. But for me, it not having counter just made it so I couldn't justify it, unfortunately. So I really like seeing that we're moving into a design space where we can actually make events other than just exactly searchers relevant, because spell cards are cool. In my opinion, at least. I'm not exactly sure how you guys feel, but we're just going to go ahead and try and attack the board a bit. No Sanji here, nothing fancy like that. We're going to go ahead and restand our mom and pass. Shirahoshi only having 4 cards in hand now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and swing 10. I imagine we'll be swinging 10 at least 3 times. Possible we swing 10 again with the 5/7 afterwards. But we do have to be a little scared of dying. We do have this 3/4 blocker in our hand, that I believe on play actually also does a search. So actually a pretty good card. I believe it turns the life face up or face down to search. So that can help keep us alive for 1 more turn potentially. I mean, we do only have 3 life with a pretty small hand against a very, very, very wide, tall board. It's very few, if any, decks in the history of the game get to go this tall and wide. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and... Oh, we're actually going to play double blocker. I missed this second blocker in their hand. So this is actually going to make it way easier for us to survive this turn, I believe. We're going to go ahead and add a 6/7 to our hand. I believe this is only a 1k. Maybe it's a 2k, maybe. But I'm uncertain on that. Okay, so we were able to establish double blocker. We still have our Zoro standing. It wouldn't surprise me that much to see the Luffy player play this a little more defensively. Shirahoshi can play counter events as we see. It's possible that we'll just swing a bit and then, oh no, never mind. He's going for it. He does not care, which is completely fair enough. We are going to be able to bounce one of these blockers and swing, 9 infinite times basically. Being able to just remove this blocker while also having rush is very clearly just something that can end the game very easily. And it is hard for me to imagine this Shirahoshi could survive. I mean, we do still have a blocker, which is nice. We're going to go ahead and swing 9, and we are going to go ahead and counter event. And also give a counter card. So now we have 2 Dawn, 3 remaining swings potentially. And I think we have 4k counter in hand. So we can always go 7, 7, 8. And 7, 7, 8 should always get there. Okay, we go 7 here. Oh, okay, so that vanilla is a 2k then. Never mind. We're going to block and then 8 and then that's game. Yeah. Oh, that was a close one. I'm not exactly sure what we should have seen from Shirahoshi that could have gone maybe a little differently. Maybe we played it a little slow. I mean, countering that first hit, which then made it so that we couldn't turn our board sideways on a turn where we really would have liked to. We maybe played just slightly too slow. I would love to hear what you guys think. I mean, I understand Shirahoshi's thinking of like, hey, I want to counter this first small swing because later in the game, they're just going to swing like infinite 9s at me, and that's going to be really hard to deal with. But I think when you do that sort of stuff, and now all of a sudden you have 3 cards in hand, now you have this board of like, she had like 3 swings she could have done, and she chose to do none of them because she didn't want to lose her board on the crackback. So I'm not exactly sure. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.